testing could have been ramped up very quickly, and a few countries that have almost avoided the epidemic entirely, like Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia, they took their experience and actually prepared, and so they moved a lot faster. So we'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say is will get attention this time.
And I know you all remember that. Let's start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elder bishops, the great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The men on the highways and the byways pushing out this word and truth and sincerity into the remnant men, women, and children of the elect. To you all I say shalom. My name is Ahmawan Ahyash, back with another lesson through the power and the spread of Yahawashi. And I took a screen recording of the video because I didn't want to play it on YouTube, in case they, flag the video. But yeah, man, that's what Kill Bait said about 5 years ago, saying that the next pandemic will get their attention. This is something that we famously quote here at the Great Millstone, as pertaining to the plagues and the pestilences and the evil that Esau Edom has planned for the very near future. We know there's very likely to be another pandemic, lockdowns associated with it, and we're preparing for it, right? And if you look and see, let me see, if you look and see, there's the comments, right? Look at the comments from this video. It says, look at the smiles at the end, evil. Gates of hell, they look so happy, pure evil. Evil psychopath right now out of a James Bond film. I can't stand this guy. This man, his soul is sold. Their smiles at the end give me the creeps. What an evil man, and Bill's no better, right? And just a day ago, what does it say there? The hantavirus, okay? And that's kind of what I want to get to in this lesson, okay? Because this is something that has been being reported. This is from the New York Post. It says hantavirus lockdown. How long it takes for incurable virus to kill. From initial exposure to deadly complications. So this is something that has been taking place over the past few days. It reads here, the deadly hantavirus outbreak aboard the MV Hondias cruise ship has put citizens and health authorities on high alert. Experts believe a few passengers were infected with the Andes strain of hantavirus, which has a mortality rate up to 40%. Okay, because it affects the lungs and kidneys, which are critical for survival. Okay, so we know viruses don't just come out of thin air. Okay, pandemics just don't happen. No, these things, the so-called white man, he is actively making these things happen. He is the active participant. He is the virus. Okay? It should be called the Edom virus, because Esau Edom is the virus and the cancer in this earth. Okay? He is the one responsible. These people are planning for these pandemics. This just doesn't happen, man. Okay? It says, experts believe a few passengers were infected with the Andes strain, which has a mortality rate up to 40%. So they may be looking to roll this thing out and looking to unalive, is the word I'm looking for, a high number of people. Okay? Implement lockdowns. This could be this could be the next pandemic, if this is it, the collapsing of this society, the full collapsing of the dollar, jobs. It could disrupt supply chain. No food coming in. This could be it. Okay? And us as the watchmen, as the prophets of Yahawashi, we have to report on this stuff. To get out, to do what? To warn. To warn the elect of the nation of Israel, to continuously warn against Esau Edom, to warn against who he is, who we're dealing with, the devil that the Bible speaks of, your enemy, and let them know that to be on high alert from this man. All right? And we ought to lean on Yahawashi now more so than ever. Okay? It says the hantavirus, let's see, the hantavirus is typically transmitted to humans by inhaling particles from infected rodent droppings, urine, or nesting materials. We supposed to believe this shit, man? We don't believe nothing this man says. While less common, infection can also occur through rodent bites. Hantavirus made headlines in March of last year when it was determined to be the cause of death of Betsy Arakawa, the classical pianist married to Oscar winner Gene Hackman. Who gives a shit? In the case of the infected passengers aboard the MV Hondias cruise ship, the World Health Organization insisted that no rodents have been found on the liner, suggesting that the ship's specific conditions and close quarters allowed the virus to spread from person to person, the transmission exclusive to the Andes strain. Right? So just reporting a little bit on that, just to give you an idea of what it's saying, that it came from a cruise ship and some people may have been affected on the cruise ship, and it's possible to spread. Okay? What's interesting is, brother sent this in the chat yesterday. How convenient, right? This is from the BBC.com. BBC.com. Slakia. Scientists working to create hantavirus vaccine. Right? So this is the first time I've heard of the hantavirus. The brothers, the elder apostles, I've never had any brother mention this specific virus, the Andes strain, none of that. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Okay? And they're already working on an hantavirus vaccine. How convenient. Right? What are they preparing for? Is the question. Right? An international... Here we go with this shit. Let me see if I can get that back. Slakia. Okay? It says it. Let me try something else. Slakia. Let me try something else here. Hold on. Okay, Salakia. I just wanted to pull it up somewhere else. Some of these websites want you to subscribe to them in order to freaking read their articles. You're right. All right, this is from the ladbible.com, ladbible.com. New hantavirus vaccine in development as U.S. declares it level 3. 3 people are either confirmed or suspected to have died from hantavirus since the outbreak again. So like I said, how convenient that they're already working on the vaccine. What are they planning? What do they know? Okay, that you're already working on a vaccine after days of this, this thing coming about. All right, or making its way to, I guess, the shores, so to speak. All right, it says scientists from the UK, South Africa, and US are working on a new hantavirus vaccine following a deadly outbreak on a cruise ship. Okay. It says, yesterday, May 7th, the World Health Organization confirmed that 5 passengers on board of the MV Hondias were confirmed to have been infected with the hantavirus, with an additional 3 people suspected to have the rodent-borne illness. Okay, so that's the point. They're working on a vaccine for this so-called virus already. All right, and it aligns with what we're seeing here in terms of the evil and the sickness that these people push out, man. Telling us that the next one will get their attention. Well, it's got our attention. right? And Esau, you've been had our attention because we know who you are, all right? You've been revealed. So-called white man has been revealed as Esau, Edom in the scriptures. He's been revealed as the wicked, all right? Scriptures say the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He has the power. He has the rulership. We know who we're dealing with. Okay, let's get some precepts, man. All right, Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value. All right. These devils, these Edomites are forgers of lies, man. They bring no value to the earth at all. All they do is destroy and cast down. All right. Esau doesn't do anything with any real integrity, okay, or any real righteousness in mind. All right. To rob, steal, and kill. This is a dirty man. Okay. And they're all forgers of lies, all physicians of no value. Look at the state of the earth under this man's rulership, man. All right. This is the book of Isaiah 24 in verse 4. It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. All right. So the earth is languishing. And they see in the NLT, it says, the earth mourns and dries up. The land wastes and withers away. Even the greatest people on earth waste away. It says, the land wastes and withers away. Why? Because the devil's in rulership. Okay? His intention is not for the earth to flourish. It's for it to be destroyed, to be artificial. Okay? He doesn't want the food to come from farming. He wants the food to come from a lab. He doesn't want medicines to come from the land. He wants us to come from a lab. Okay? He doesn't want the earth to be fruitful and multiply. Okay? He wants to reduce the population. He wants to put microchips in you. He wants to have that kind of artificial rulership. He wants to create his own form of immortality through technology, through artificial intelligence. All right? And this is why the earth is in the state that it's in, because of the rulers thereof. All right? Verse 5 says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Right? The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. The rulership is shit, so the earth is shit. Scriptures say the foundation of the earth are out of course. Okay? Let me go get that real quick. Concerning Esau, Edom, it's one of my favorite verses to get. You know what I mean? Because it explains a lot. It embodies a lot of who this man is. Psalms 83, 82 and 5. I think it's 82. Yep. Psalms 82 and 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So like I said, the earth is not in its natural state, flourishing state. Under Esau, Edom, everything is out of course. All right? They don't participate, keep the land Sabbath. All right? So the land gets no rest. Men, women, and children get no rest. Okay? The food, the water, the air, all of the systems that are in place are completely out of course. There's so many unjust laws and systems that are created to hold people, that it's created to oppress. And this is what we're living under, man. We're living under an oppressor. So much so that people think this shit's normal. People think living like this under this man is normal. That's how much of an oppression that we're under. So because you have the ability to make money, that you're not oppressed. That's the trickery that they have you under. Because you can freely think you're not oppressed. You're oppressed when you can't identify your oppression. You know what I mean? But the earth is out of course because of this man. You know? And people are starting to catch on to who he is and what he's about. The book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 6. And it reads, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." Right? So wickedness has polluted the whole earth because of the man who has the rulership. Scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Right? That's the polluted. That's the polluted state that the earth is in because, you know, the wicked's in authority. You know, and under the wicked, these are the type of things that have the ability to take place. Okay, saying that, you know, let me see. Just to read the title of this lesson, Bill Gates says the next COVID wave will get the attention this time, anticipating pandemics, preparing for pandemics years ahead, and not even really stopping the pandemic. It's just chaos, you know, sick people, vaccines, lockdowns, restrictions. You people are forgers of lies and physician of no value. How you prepare for a pandemic 5 years ahead and you're not even able to do anything about it? Can't stop it. People are still grieving and languishing and mourning as a result. This man's the goddamn devil, man. And he needs to be put down, and he will be put down. Kal Halal Yahawah, because this man's time is almost over, man. Can't stand this devil, man. Let me get one more precept. Right here in 2nd Ezra 14 in verse 16. It says, greater evils. Let me start at verse 14. So I got it highlighted. 2nd Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And that's the message that we have for the elect, man. Put off that weak nature of the flesh. Mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Our Lord and Savior Yahawashi is on his way to deliver the elect. All right? It's time to be that much more spiritual. Not worrying about what's going on in this world, in this life, and store your treasures up in heaven, man. It says, verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Haste thee to flee from these times. We're not concerned with this world and what's going on in the future here in Babylon the Great. We're fleeing from these times. We're fleeing from anything that has burdened us. All right? Verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. All right? Greater evils. Because this man is the devil, man. Verse 17, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. Why? Like I said, like the scriptures say, the foundation of the earth out of course. Okay, the earth is defiled and the inhabitants thereof. The world gets weaker as this man continues on in rulership. All right. And again, people act like this ain't normal, man. It ain't normal for pandemics to happen every few years now. Now you let this man, hey man, if this man don't get put down, it's gonna be a pandemic every 4 or 5 years. You see what he's doing with his technology, all right? Using it for evil. For look, how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Okay, so much evil. People are going to be suffering very soon, man. There's a great suffering coming to this land because of Esau Edom, man. All right, and that's why the scriptures say that he shall come down with great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. He knows rulership is just about done. So he's trying to forward this whole new world order system. He's trying to bring forth that much many more evils. All right? But our Lord and Savior Yahawashi about to hand his ass to him. All right? And things are going to have to get worse before they get better. And that's the message for the elect. We have to fight. We have to endure. We have to lean on Yahawashi, because this thing gets ugly. It gets uglier. All right? But we're going to stand stiffly, Lord willing. Yahawashi, we'll stand stiffly for Yahawashi until the very end, so that we can get out of here, man. All right? Because we're sick of this place. We're sick of this devil. We're sick of watching him, his face, his lies. All right? We can't wait for the Lord to destroy this man. All right? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Makakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops, the great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.